can remember. ভক্তপদ ধুলি আর ভক্তপদ জল ভক্তভুক্ত শেষ এই তিন সাধনের বল এই তিন হইতে প্রেমা হয় সর্বশাস্ত্রে পোকারিয়া কর In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explained, if you develop your spiritual life, Siddha Bhakti, just to follow the three principles. Bhakta Pada Dhuli, you have to take the food dust of the pure devotee of Lord. Bhakta Pada Dhuli. Or second, Bhakta Pada Bhakta Jal, they are food bathing water of the pure devotee of Lord. Or Bhakta Bhukta says, you have to take the remnants of the pure devotee of Lord. There are two meanings also. One is called external, another is called internal. In our scriptures always speaks but discuss two things. One is called what vichar? Sadharan vichar, another is called Sukshma vichar. Sadharan vichar means that is the conception of general. How general people they understand the conception of the scriptures. That is called Sadharana vichar. Or another is called Sukshma vichar. Sukshma vichar means you deeply enter about the perfect real meaning of the Shastra. Shastra is as like Mohini. Mohini means elicited the heart. That is called Mohini. But this Mohini, two ways. Those who are demon, they completely elicited with the Maya. And those who are devotee of Lord, Bhagavad Bhakta, Devatas, they are not elicited. They enter the perfect and real meaning of the scriptures. But even Shastra, many slokas is there, that is called Madhu Puspita Vakya. Madhu Puspita Vakya means everything explained again. Some sweet words to speak how to attract the general people. That Sanskrit word that is called Madhu Puspita Vakya. Madhu Puspita Vakya means flowers blossom, then automatically the honeybees or bumblebees they attract. Because general people they will not attracted with the deep philosophy. When you simple way speak and their heart will be touched, then we attract. Because conditioned soul they cannot enter in the deep philosophy. Understand? Tattva-gyan pratattva they can understand. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and Bhagavan he is non-dual. So now coming in this way, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explained this way, Bhakta Pada Dhuli, you have to take the food dust of the pure devotee of the Lord. But this is true. Because the food dust of the pure devotee, this is very powerful. Understand? Even Krishna, he took the food dust of Sudama Vipra. You heard the story of Sudama Vipra Katha. Sudama Vipra Charita. Krishna also took the food bathing water of Sudama Vipra. When Sudama Vipra arrived in Dwarkapuri, Then Krishna himself and worship the feet of Sudama Vipra and drank his food. Eh? Glories about the food dust of a Brahmana. Even Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also himself. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu traveled in East India, East Bengal, the Purva Bengal. Now it's called Purva Pakistan, East Pakistan. Understand? One is called West Pakistan and East Pakistan. That is called Purva Bengal, East Bengal. And that time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he performed one Leela, his high fever Leela. Understand? High fever. 2-3 days Chaitanya Mahaprabhu laying down on the bed and high fever coming. His fever not going down. Then all devotees, those who traveled with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, their mind very disturbed. They asked Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, "Ye Prabhu, how your fever will be going down?" Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, "You bring the food bathing water of Brahmana. Brahman charan dhulta jal. Understand? Brahmana charan dhulta jal. You have to worship the feet of the Brahmana and bring this water." That time the devotee they but no one to give their food bathing water to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How possible? But one Brahman very simple. Then one devotee worship his food feet and bring that the food bathing water and give to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu drank that the food bathing water of Brahmana. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's fever reduced. Actually, this Leela, Mahaprabhu established the Bhakta and Brahmanas, food bathing water and food dust. How is possible? Brahman Padauta Jal Mahatma Korite Prabhu Korile a Leela. Mahaprabhu performed this Leela to glorify the Brahman food bathing water. Understand? Because Varnanang Brahmana Srishta. Brahman is called the topmost of the Brahmana, the topmost of the caste. In India, this is very important. That is called the caste system. Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra, Sannyasi, Vanprasthi, Grihastha and Brahmachari. Char Varna and Char caste. Our Bhakti Siddhanta Srila Prabhupada explained that is called Daiva Varnashram Dharma. Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhu established Bhakti Siddhanta Srila Saraswati Prabhupada established that is called Daiva Varna Asrama. According their qualification, they will be belong to that Varna and Asrama. If you have Brahman qualification, you will be Brahman. Brahman qualification is what? Satya, Saucha, Daya, Pavitrata, Saralata, truthfulness, and astikka, and faith with worship to Lord. All these qualifications of Brahman, and not only the Brahman son will become Brahman. If your son has Brahman qualification, then your son will become Brahman. Understand? But who is a real Brahman? One who chants holy names, he is called a real Brahman. Brahma janati jasa iti Brahmana. One who knows the name of Brahma and chants the holy name, he is called Brahman. For this regard, Mahaprabhu gave titled to Haridas Thakur. What is his name? Namacharya Haridas, Brahma Haridas. Brahma Haridas. Namacharya Brahma Haridas. Haridas Thakur, actually he is called the real Brahmana. Because Haridas Thakur, every day he chanted 300,000 holy names, 3 lakh holy names. 3 lakhs holy names. This is actually real. Brahma Haridas, Nama Brahma. So now coming in this way, just briefly I explain Bhakta Pada Dhuli. Dhuli means dust. If you walk, then dust also always is one. Following you. That means is one. Always following the association of sadhu, sadhu sangha. Bhakta Padadhuli means always associate with sadhu. As like dust always following to you. You are walking and dust also following to you. So Bhakta Padadhuli means always follow the dust of pure devotee of Lord. That is called sadhu sangha. Understand? It is very easy to take dust from the feet of the devotee. And if you would not give, then by force you take. When sadhu walk, you also pushed, and when sadhu fell down and take his Buddha. This is not the Bhakta Padadhuli means always follow his. Follow his. Sadhu Sangha. Srila Sanatana Goswami Pad. Brihad Bhagavatamritam. So many glorified about the association of sadhu, sadhu sangha mahima. Srimad Bhagavatam, Satang Prasanga, these slokas. So many slokas of Srimad Bhagavad, Ved, Puran, Upanishad glorify about sadhu sangha. The foot dust of sadhu means always follow to him. Sadhu sangha. And even sadhu will not speak Hari Katha, even sadhu speak mundane Katha, also follow to him. Well, how possible sadhu will be mundane Katha, Jad Katha? Because sadhu, what is speaking? Automatically is what? His remembrance of Braj manifest in his heart. As like Sanatana Goswami Pad. Sanatana Goswami Pad, he was staying in Braj. Sometimes he used to go house of the Brajavasis. And he also talked with them in mundane talk. Like, how many cows have you? Cows are giving milk or not? This cow, this. And cow's name also, Brajavasi, they give the cow's name very sweet names. What name? Surabhi cows, Surabhi, Joguna, Kalindi. Understand? They are giving very nice sweet names. That means when Sanatana Goswami Pad talks with the Brajavasis, even mundane talk, then Lila Spurti, sweet pastimes manifest in his heart. So sadhu sangha. And for dust means always follow the sadhu sangha. Without sadhu sangha, any method, bhakti they will not manifest in your heart. If you not associate sadhu, what is it? Asat sangha automatically comes. You have to associate someone. Asat or sat. You cannot do neutral. Do you understand? If you are alone, then your mind will be what? Think two things, good things or bad things. Your mind will be never neutral. Neutral mind. You are not thinking, just you cannot do this. Even you sleep, your mind will be thinking bad or good. Huh? And sometimes dream coming, good dream, and sometimes bad dreams. But dream coming from where? Asatsanga. Huh? When you sleep, that time good dreams or bad dreams coming. Well, where is coming these bad dreams and good dreams? And your mind associates with good person or bad person. If we associate with bad, then bad dream will come. Coming sometime bad dream.
Yes.
What bad dream coming? Cats, dogs, huh? Animals. Huh?
Thieves.
Thieves. Understand? So Bhakta Pada Dhuli means sadhu sangha. Always follow the Bhakta Pada Dhuli or Bhakta Pada Jal. Bhakta Pada Jal means food bathing water of the sadhus. Eh? That is what? Huh? That is called the Kathamrita, Amrita. Always drink sweet nectarian pastimes of Krishna, lotus leaves of Sadhu. Hari Katham. Hari Katha. Sadhu Sangha means listen Hari Katha. Listen. That is called Bhakta Pada Jal. Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavi Videditam Kalam Sahabam Sravana Mangalam Srimadatatam Bhuvi Grinanti Te Bhuridayana. Tava Katha Amrit. Always drink the sweet nectarian pastimes of Krishna. Krishna Katha Amrit drink. This is the real meaning of Bhakta Pada Jal. Jal means water. And Hari Katha Amrit. Sravana Putesu. Srimad Bhagavad explain, you drink the sweet nectar with your ears. That is called Sravana Putesu. Understand? Sravana Putesu means with ears. We are drinking water with the mouth. But here saying, no. You drink the sweet nectarian, sweet pastimes of Krishna with your ears. Chinnatang Sakata Krishna Punna Sravana Kirtana Jabdrandi Vidunati Suhid Satam Nashta Prayesu Abhadresu Nittang Bhagavata Sevaya. Hari Katha, if you listen, you are drinking the sweet nectar. Parikshit Maharaj, Sukdev Goswami Pad told to Parikshit Maharaj, maybe 3-4 days passed away. Hari Katha is going on. Parikshit Maharaj, he did not drink one drop of water. Completely what? Full fast. That is called Prayopaveshan. So Parikshit Maharaj, he listened Hari Katha, that is called Prayopaveshan. He did not drink water, no fruits, nothing. Then Sukdev Goswami Pad told Parikshit, I am looking, your throat completely what? Dry, sugar. So you have to drink water or you are hungry. Understand? One day, Ekadasi, very difficult. Understand? Full fast. How many you are did full fast? No one. And one, he did. Nice boy. What is your name? Krishna Das. Nice sweet name. If Krishna Das Vishwas Korle Tar, why not? So, Parikshit Maharaj, he did not eat anything. No drink water, no fruits. He did not eat anything. So Sukadeva Goswami Pad told Parikshit, you drink some water, or take some fruits. Parikshit Maharaj, what did he say? Tasmin Mahan Mukuritat, Hey Prabhu, now I am listening your Hari Katha from your lotus leaf. That is the sweet drink. Tasmin Mahan Mukharita. I am listening Hari Katha from your lotus leaf. This is the sweet drink. Your Hari Katha is a drink. Understand? Then automatically all my hunger, thirst gone. This verse also. Tasmin Mahan Mukharita Pijusha. Pijus means Amrit. And Hari Katha Amrita. So Bhakta Pada Dhuta Jal means Hari Katha Amrita. Only you drink the sweet Hari Katha from the lotus leaves of sadhu. Or Bhakta Pada Dhuta Bhakta Bhakta Bhukta says. Bhakta Bhukta says means that is called the remnants of sadhu. This is very powerful. When you offer to Krishna and Krishna eats, that is called Mahaprasad. Or when devotee, pure devotee, he eats, his remnant is called Mahaprasad. Understand? Once Narada Rishi, he arrived in Vaikuntha Dham. That time Lakshmi Devi, just she was going to wash the plates of Narayan. That means Narayan took prasad. Lord Narayan, he took prasad. Then Lord Narayan plate, Lakshmi Devi, she was washing. In the meantime, Narada Rishi came. Narada Rishi asked to Lakshmi Devi, Lakshmi, what you are doing? Now I am washing the plates of my husband Narayan. Oh, your husband Narayan, he took prasad? Well, yes. Give me some remnant. But almost plates washed. The Lakshmi Devi just saw one maybe small rice prasad in the plate. Then Lakshmi Devi she gave to Narayan. Narada Rishi. Narada Rishi took. Then when that prasad, how is very powerful. Lord's Narayan Prasad, Narada Rishi start to dance. Mahaprasade, Govinde, Nama, Brahmani, Vaishnave, Salpapunna, Vatang, Raj and Vishasa Naiva Jayat. You try to understand how the powerful the remnants of Lord Narayan. Then Narada Rishi start to dance and chanting holy name. Narada Muni Bajai Vina Radhika Ramani. Nama Amani. Ramna Amani Udita Hai Bhakada Gita Sane. Bhakti Pranad Thakur sang this. Narada Rishi completely intoxicated. Then Narada Rishi, he came in by Kailas. Then Shivji asked Narada, what happened? Today so much you intoxicated? How much you drank alcohol? Well, no. Just I coming from Vaikuntha Dham. And Lakshmi Devi, she gave me Narayan's remnants. I ate. Then Shivji asked, hey Narada, give something for me. But I ate everything, so nothing. Because only one small piece of rice I ate already. Well, maybe something you can, when you catch. Understand? Then Narada Rishi saw a little bit one remnants inside is and give to Shivji. Actually, this is what? Whose remnants? Narada Rishi. That is called Bhakta. Bhakta Bhukta says. The remnants of pure devotee. Narada Rishi gave to Shivji. Shivji just it took little bit, nothing inside it, maybe very Then Shivji start to dance also. How is powerful? Because Narayana remnants to come to Narad Rishi. And Narad Rishi remnants coming to Shivji. Then Shivji start to dance. Yeah, how is powerful the remnants. Eh? Shivji completely intoxicated. Then Parvati Devi she came. Parvati Devi asked to my husband, what happened? Today you were so much intoxicated taking the name. Eh? Understand? Shivji could not say, like, rolling on the ground and chanting Krishna, 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 and all the ecstatic movement. Eh? But again and again Devi Parvati asked to Shivji, what happened? Oh, Narad Rishi gave me some remnants of Lord Narayan. I take this. Eh? Then Parvati Devi she asked, oh, you did not give to me? You have to give something to me. According to Vedic culture, wife is called Ardhangini. Ardha means half body of husband. You did not. Yes, Shivji told that Narad Rishi he gave little bit, nothing. Just it. Then Devi Parvati she became very angry. Oh, you did not give to me. Then some Puranas also explain, I think Shiv Purana, the Parvati Devi she gave cars to Shivji. From today, no one also take your remnants. So our Shastra saying, no one taking the remnants of Shivji. Shiv Mahaprasad should not take. That's a smarta vichar. But Shivji is Vaishnava. But sometimes those who are taking ganja, bhang, they will get Shivji Mahaprasad. Actually, they are enjoying the sense gratification. But Shivji is Mahaprasad. And Shivji also drank the poison. Take this poison. This is the Mahaprasad of Shivji. That no, I will not take the poison. What will take? Ganja bhang. Actually, Shivji, he did not take the ganja bhang. He cheated the people. Nowadays, most of the sadhus, big beard, from beard and they are taking the ganja bhang. Oh, this is Shivji Mahaprasad. Bum, 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 bum. Brazil also very famous. But Shivji Mahaprasad. So what Shivji also took and poison. You take the Shivji Mahaprasad. That will not take. Ganja bhang they will take. Actually Shivji is Vaishnava. How possible Shivji will take the ganja bhang and this is not true. Understand? He cheated them. Shivji Suddha Vaishnava. How possible Vaishnava will take the ganja bhang? Possible? No. But mundane people or those who are intoxicated, they are thinking this is ganja. Sometimes people are to ask to us, oh, have you some matches? You know matches? Yes. Lighter. Well, why? Well, we take that ganja bhang. They are thinking where is ganja bhang taken? Actually, try to understand. This is bhakta. Bhakta says means is what? What is the perfect meaning of the remnants of the pure devotee? That is his mood, bhav. This is very high. How to understand the mood of the pure devotee of Lord? Bhav, this is very important. Bhav, understand? Bhav means? What is the meaning of bhav? You listening or you also taking ganja bhang Shivji? Mood bhavagrahya. This is very important. But first two things very you have to listen Hari Katha. Understand? Hari Katha and Sadhu Sangha. Then associate with sadhu, then slowly the mood manifests into heart. Sanatana Goswami Pad explained sadhu sangha, sadhu's Shuddha Bhakti automatically manifests into heart. Because sadhu sangha is as like one kinds of, what is it called? Disease. Disease, understand? As like influenza. Virus. Very quick spread. And if you are the spreading, then that virus will. In the same way, associated with sadhu, if your heart is neat and clean, no duplicity, not hypocrisy, then sadhu's mood automatically will spread in your heart. Sadhu sangha. Sadhu is spread very quickly. Bhakti Rakhak Siddhar Goswami Maharaj, he told one story from one Puran, all of this story. But one sadhu, when he left his body, then he is going to Vaikuntha. And then the associate of Vaikuntha Dut told him, you sit in the chariot. So he seated in the Vaikuntha Ratha, the chariot of Vaikuntha. Then sadhu told to the Vishnu Duta, Vaikuntha Duta, yeah, I have to first see the Naraka. Naraka, understand? Hell is plan. But no, you are sadhu, you go to direct to Vaikuntha. Well, no, I have to see that. When it's just coming very close to the Naraka, understand? Hell is plan? Then all the people of Naraka, they delivered and they also going to Vaikuntha. Then Jamaduta, they told to Jam Maharaj, what happened? Our Nara completely what? Empty, nobody there. What happened? Then Jam Maharaj go, this sadhu is coming. That's the, what is it called? Smell of the bodies of sadhu. That all that Narakvasi, those who are staying in Narak, they deliver and attend to Vaikuntha. How is it powerful? Because sadhus, every, what is called, lomaku, every pose and pose, manifests the Shuddha Bhakti. As like the rays of the sun or the rays of the moon, and coming, in the same way, Shuddha Bhaktas, and every pose, Bhakti manifests. And Bhakti reflected in the heart of the devotee. Understand? As like the rays of the moon coming, you are feeling is what? Cool or not? The rays of the sun coming, you are feeling. In the same way, if you associate pure devotees of Lord, and Shuddha Bhaktas, Bhakti always illuminated and spreading to you. So you say, oh, many years I am associated sadhu. Why not Bhakti coming? Because so many offenses, aparad. But that aparad, everything is what? Just. So Shastra saying, always associated with sadhu sangha. Mainly offense, aparad. Aparad is as like thunderbolt. For take time. But sadhu sangha, they will probably destroy all those offenses. Vishwanath Chakrabarti Pad, Madhurya Kadambini Grantha very nicely explain how will free from all kinds of offenses. But sadhu sangha. the association of sadhu. The rays of the Suddha Bhakti coming from the body of sadhu and spread you. So Sanatana Goswami Pad Brihad Bhagavatamritam also explain this way. As like sadhu sangha is as like, what did I say? Virus. Virus very quickly spread. If your body is very weak, then very quickly attack. Or if your body is very strong, that virus going inside but not working. All kinds of virus, they also are flying everywhere. All kinds of disease of virus. There are many kinds of virus. Understand? But if your body is very weak, that virus attack you. And enter your body and staying in there. Understand? If you go to the doctor, doctor will explain all kinds of virus of the disease and spreading in the air. Understand these things? But some acting, some not acting. Why? But depend on your body structure. In our body, two kinds of blood. And one is white blood, another is called red blood. Understand? The duty of white blood, they are as like army. They protect. Understand? If your white blood less, then virus, they attack you. And kill all your good blood. Army's duty is what? Protect the country. Every country is, they have armies. Their duty is there. Understand? India, America, Pakistan, everybody and army. Army's duty is what? Protect the country. In the same way, sadhu sangha, the virus of sadhu sangha, enter your body and slowly destroy all your anarthas. Avidya, asmita, rag, desh, abhinivesh. Especially 4 kinds of anarthas. How many types of anarthas? Just I told you. I asked question, before asking question, give me the answer. What you forget? 4 kinds of anarthas. Sarubhram, Hidaya Durvalla, or Asatrishna, Aparad. Madhurya Kadavini Grantha. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti very nicely and elaborately explained 4 kinds of anartha. Duskriti Uttha anartha, Sukriti Uttha anartha, then Bhakti Uttha anartha, then Aparad Uttha anartha. Duskriti Uttha anartha. Previous life you committed many kinds of sinful activities. That is called Duskrita Uttha anartha. Previous life committed many kinds of sinful activities. For this regard, many kinds of disease, unhappiness come. Sukriti Uttha anarthas. Previous life did many kinds of pious activities. That is also obstacles of your bhakti. Understand? Then what? Bhakti Uttha anartha. Well, what is the Bhakti Uttha anartha? Well, in the beginning, if you practice bhakti, so many also name, fame, reputation will come. That is the obstacle of your practicing bhakti. Understand? That is called Bhakti Uttha anartha. Because bhakti's spontaneous nature give you so many name, fame, reputation. Understand? This is the nature. Some many times I have told. You invited to the house of the devotee. Why? Because you are devotee. And they very humble. Ask you to take prasad. If it, many times I have told. But it is. Kochapamba, I told you. If you not take prasad, this householder become very upset. No, take prasad. No need to pay anything. You invited and joined us. Take Mahaprasad. If you go to the hotel, they also welcome to you. But you have to pay. Lot of money they will take you. This is what. But if you come in the festival Harikatha, free, many kinds of delicious prasad. No need to pay anything. Even you say, oh, I have no time, I have to go back my house. That's not good. Take this. Take one, what is called? Tiffin package. Give you. You take and also give your children. Take this, more. Mice. Take this. Look this. Why? Because you have come in Krishna consciousness. Even you have no bhakti, nothing. Maybe you are completely materialistic. Many Visai people come in your house. If you any Utsav festival in your house, many also materialist people coming. But you give prasad or not. Even the dog will come. Take this prasad. जाने के साथ ही साथ दे देंगे. If you go, nice story. Immediately give you true meaning. If dog will come, they bitterly beat immediately. Or immediately give means is what? Give Mahaprasad. Take this. One day I told 3 dogs katha. You remember or not? 3 dogs. Satta, Raja and Tamasi. Take Mahaprasad. Take, why not take? Take Mahaprasad. No need to pay. Pay to very, very far. Take this, more. Take this. Many kinds of delicious prasad. To think, oh, just I put tilak, 20 mala, maybe I pure devotee. Okay, you are nothing, stupid nonsense, rascal. But how Bhakti Devi gives so much name, fame, reputation. Are you devotee or not? Boy, are you devotee or not? If you say, yes, I am devotee, that means you are not devotee. If you say, I am not devotee, then you are devotee. Devotee never will say, I am devotee. Vaishnava never will say, I am Vaishnava. Amita Vaishnava, e buddhi hoile, amani na habami. Are pratisthaya siya, hidaya dusibe, hoiva niraya gami. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, if I think I am Vaishnava, this conception will come. Then so many name, fame, reputation will come. Then I will go to the hell. Amita Vaishnava, e buddhi hoile, amani na habhayami. If I think I am Vaishnava, then I cannot give respect to others. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, never you think, yeah, I am Vaishnava. Everybody is Vaishnava, only I am Vaishnava. I am not Vaishnava. Understand? Because bhakti manifests one's heart, this is the nature of bhakti, makes you humble. Dinata. Understand? I told many nice katha in where? Cochabamba, Bolivia. How Nanda Maharaj, he told Uddhav, I have no love and affection with my son, Krishna. Dasarath Maharaj, and he had love and affection with his son, Lord Ram. When Ramchandra exiled in the forest, then Dasarath Maharaj could not tolerate separation from Lord Ram. Haram, haram, haram. Then he left his body. Understand? And Nanda Maharaj, he told, my son left me, but still I am living in this body. I did not give up my body. So where is my prema? I have no love and affection with my son Krishna. Because bhakti, whose bhakti is more higher than his dinata. Dinata means humble, humility will be coming more. If the fruits coming in the trees, the branch, all the branches of the trees will be what? Down. This is the nature. Palavanta vrikshar gunavanta jan namrata svabhav tar hoy anukhan. This is the process. What did I say? Bhakti Uttantra, Anartha. Little bit the bhakti very far. Even the semblance of bhakti, bhaktabhas will come. Then you will become very humble. Understand? Because this is the symptom of bhakti. Bhaktabhas. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote one grantha, you read. That is called Bhakti Tattva Vivek. You heard this grantha or not? This is translated or not?
Yes.
Portuguese?
Yes.
Portuguese, but not reading. How much you read grantha? I have no time. You have to read Bhakti Tattva Vivek grantha. Very nice, beautiful. Bengali, Hindi, English, also Portuguese. Who translated?
Taruni. Taruni book. But Mahakal Prabhu, he revised. So it's
They are published or not?
yeah, Mahakal Prabhu published.
Very nice. Bhakti Tattva Vivek, you have to read. And what is called Bhakti? Understand? This is Bhakti Tattva. Bhakti Uttana. Understand? This. Then Aparad Utthana Artha. Committed offense, lotus feet of Vaishnava Aparad, Nama Aparad, Dhamma Aparad, Seva Aparad. And how many offenses? 4. Nam Aparad, chanting of the holy names, Nam Aparad. Dhamma Aparad, committed offense of Dham. Understand? What is Dhamma Aparad? If you think the Dham, Navadvip Dham, Vrindavan Dham is mundane place. Dham is always transcendental. Only thing. Never committed any sinful activities in the Dham. If you go to Dham, Navadvip Dham, Vrindavan Dham, you do pranam. And take the dust of the Dham on your head. Dham. And those who are living in Dham, Dhammavasi jan, give respect to them. Dhammavasi jane pranati koriya magiva ki parolesha. Read it. Kave gaura bane suradhani tate aradhe ha Krishna boli hare kandiya bedavo deho sukha chhadi nana lata toru tole. Bhaktivinoda Thakur sang this. When that day will come, I will go Navadvip Dham. Kave Gaura Bane Suradhani Tate. When I will go Navadvip Dham. And I will walk on the what is called? Beach. Banks of Ganga. Suradhani Tate. Suradhani means Ganga. Ganges. Suradhani Tate. And when I will chant holy names, Haradhe, Ha Krishna Vali. So saying, Kave Gaura Bane সুরধনি তটে হারাধে হা কৃষ্ণ বলি কাঁদিয়া বেড়াবো দেহ সুখ ছাড়ি নানালতা তরু তলে ধামবাসী জনে প্রণতি করিয়া মাগিব কৃপার লেশ and I will pay my obeisances those who are living in Dham, Navadvip Dham. Dhamavasi. So never to neglect the Dhamavasi, those who are living in Dham. Give respect. But nowadays many cheaters are there. So be careful. Understand? So Dhamavasi jane pranati kariyo. So don't commit any sinful activities in Dhama. Papa karma. This. So this is called Dham aparad. Don't dealing business in Dham. Those who are doing business in Dham, they are called Dham aparad.
All the shopkeepers.
All that, don't look to others. You should not do. What they are doing, you are doing. You are looking. Here many also they are the shopkeepers here. So what they are doing, this is not my subject. You should not do. This is always look your own fault. Don't look other fault. There you go. Many shopkeepers. Hello, Bazaar. You are buying clothes. Tulasi Mala, Thakurji. But who is Dhambasi? Very difficult to understand. One's mood of Brajaprem. He is called actual real Dhambasi. And Srila Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada told, who is Dhamavasi, Vrindavanvasi? Rup Sanatan. And those who are completely the same mood of Rup Sanatan, perform bhajan in Sadhana Vrindavan, they are called Dhamavasi. And Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada. Anyhow, but you should not to neglect the Dhamavasi. Just to give honor. Honor, understand? You give to respect to Dhamavasi. Dhamavasi jane pranati kariya magi bhakti parvaras. This is the process. So now aparad, dham aparad, seva aparad. If you worship Thakurji, some offenses come. But how to free from the offenses of seva? Doing stop stuti. Understand? Bhakti hinam. What is mantra? What is so? Mantra hinam, kriya hinam, bhakti hinam, janardana. Hey Janardana Krishna. I have no bhakti, nothing. I don't know any mantra. Just to give blessing to me. Mantra hinam, kriya hinam, bhakti hinam, janardana. Jat kasi tat khamasya mam. Be forgiveful. Ask the forgiveness. So, try to understand this one. Kama prarthana. If you worship your Thakurji, end of the worship of Thakurji, also fold your hand and pay obeisances. Understand? You do pranam, then all your offense will go. Pranam is very powerful. Pranam, understand? Pranam means pay your obeisances. Pranam to Vaishnava. Pranam to Thakurji. Pranam to Dham. Then all your offenses. If you see Vaishnava, Guru, do pranam. Understand? Guru pranam. Today Paran what time?
9:17 to 10:12.
After 1 hour.
Yeah.
Today Paran is little bit late. Generally, sun rises within 3 hours.
Yeah.
Eh?
Oferecido na basculha.
What is the question? Is
Qual a pergunta? Se está certo a gente falar dentro da Vaticana para tudo que falar, ele falar. Is it right for us? Somebody asked me the other day, I could not answer. If it's right for us to do Dandavat Pranam to senior devotees, like amongst us, normal, like senior devotees amongst us, and also speak Dandavat Pranam Prabhu, and also do Pranam to senior devotees amongst us.
Who is senior, who is junior? Give pranam to everybody. You give pranam to everybody. And at least fold your hand, bend your head. Understand? Just leave it to pranam, dandavat pranam. Duryodhan, why he defeat in the battlefield of Kurukshetra? Because Duryodhan, he did not pranam to any his superiors. This is his offense of pranam. Understand? Our Yudhishthira Maharaj, Pandavas, they pranam to everybody. This is the teaching. When, what is his name? What is your father's name? Dhritarashtra. When Dhritarashtra asked to Vyasdev, why my sons, they defeat in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and asked to Vyasadev. Vyasadev, he told, your sons defeated in the battlefield of Kurukshetra because they did not give pranam to any superiors. This is his offense, their offense. Duryodhana, Dusasan, they are very proud, ahankari. They did not give. If you do pranam, then all your offenses are to be destroyed. But Duryodhana, Dusasan, they never paid their obeisances to anyone. You read Mahabharata, also asked this question. Dhritarashtra asked to Vyasdev, so you know past, present, future. So why my sons they defeat? But this is his. But Yudhishthira Maharaj, Arjun, Pandavas, in the beginning of the battlefield of Kurukshetra, even Arjun, he sent his arrows in the lotus feet of Bhishma Pitamaha. Look this. And paid his obeisances. So for this, then gave a blessing. Bhishma Pitamaha gave blessing to Pandavas, Arjuna. You watch TV or not?
Yes.
You see, in the beginning of the beginning of the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Arjun he shooted the arrows, and the arrows going and touch the lotus feet of Bhishma Pitamaha. Understand? Understand? That time Arjun Bhishma, what is his name? Duryodhana asked, what is this? Well, stupid nonsense, Duryodhana, you do not understand. Arjun is touching my feet and asking blessing. So for this regard I give him blessing. Because this is the nature. If you do pranam, then automatically a blessing is coming. This is the nature.
Fala português.
Fala português. Oh, no português.
Não, português.
Take Mahaprasad. She is saying no Portuguese. Fala português. 5 minutes. He's saying.
Se você prestar reverência, então a bênção vem para você. Então, quando você prestar reverência, todas as suas ofensas são destruídas. E aí, Dhritarashtra, pai dos Kauravas, perguntou para Vyasadeva, por que meus filhos foram derrotados na batalha de Kurukshetra? Aí Vyasadeva falou, porque os seus filhos, os Kauravas, Duryodhana, Dushasana, eles nunca prestaram reverências para os superiores deles. Isso foi uma ofensa. Aí, mas na verdade os Pandavas, Yudhishthira, Bhima, Arjuna, eles todos prestavam reverência para os superiores. Tanto que no início da guerra de Kurukshetra, o que Arjuna fez? Ele atirou uma flecha que foi bem nos pés de Bhishma Pitamaha. E aí, Duryodhana não entendeu, falou: o que é isso? Essa flecha em frente ao pé? Aí Bhishma Pitamaha falou: seu idiota, você não tá entendendo, ele tá prestando reverência pra mim, como se estivesse tocando o meu pé. E assim, isso né, derrete o coração de Bhishma Pitamaha, e ele foi e deu bênçãos pra Arjuna. Então a gente tem que prestar reverência pra todo mundo. E ela perguntou, né? Sim, prestar reverência pra todos os devotos. Você não sabe quem é sênior, quem é júnior. Você presta reverência. E aí, o que mais? Tantas coisas. Mais coisas?
Uma parte da
Tá.
que ele falou sobre as ofensas.
Então, porque ele falou que se você prestar reverência, todas as suas ofensas são destruídas. Então você pelo menos tem que fazer assim, com mãos postas e abaixar a cabeça. Pra todos. E aí ele estava falando como que Bhakti é como um vírus, né? Como uma doença. Sanatana Goswami explica no Brihad Bhagavatamrita que mesmo se o sadhu não estiver falando Harikatha, você deve sentar perto dele e ouvir o que ele está falando. Porque tudo que o sadhu fala é como se fosse estimula ele aos passatempos de Krishna. Por exemplo, Sanatana Goswami, ele ficava perguntando para os Brajavasis: quantas vacas você tem e tal? Qual é o nome das vacas? E as vacas dos Brajavasis têm nomes muito bonitos, tipo Kalindi, Jamuna e o outro que ele falou? Surabhi, nomes muito doces. Então, quando o sadhu, na verdade, de cada poro do corpo do sadhu, do devoto puro, emana Shuddha Bhakti, que vai assim em toda parte. Então, uma vez, Bhakti Rakshidhara Goswami Maharaj contou uma história, que um sadhu, ele estava indo para Vaikunta, e aí, no caminho, ele pediu para os enviados de Vaikunta levarem ele para o inferno, Aí, mas por que? Não, vamos passar lá no inferno. Aí o sadhu passou no inferno, em Naraka. Aí, de repente, todas as pessoas que estavam sofrendo no inferno, foram embora, libertas para Vaikunta. Aí os Jamadutas, o pessoal lá do inferno, perguntou para o Jam Maharaj: o que aconteceu? Por que todo mundo foi embora? Do nada. Aí Jam Maharaj falou: não, é porque esse sadhu veio aqui e com só o corpo, o vento que tocava o corpo do sadhu e tocou aqui, o cheiro que emana do corpo do sadhu, esse cheiro fez com que todos se libertassem. Então é muito poderoso você tá com o sadhu, e porque essa bhakti vem dele, é como se fosse assim, os raios do sol. Quando a gente está embaixo do sol, a gente não sente um calor, ou quando a gente está embaixo da lua, a gente não sente um frescor. Então, da mesma forma, do corpo do sadhu, em cada poro emana Shuddha Bhakti, que ela atinge a gente. Mas pode falar: pô, mas eu tô há tantos anos me associando com o sadhu, ainda não deu em nada. Quer dizer, essa bhakti não se manifestou no meu coração. Por quê? Então, porque você tem muitas ofensas, pecado, muito. Isso é como, as ofensas são duras como um trovão, é uma coisa muito dura mesmo. Que mais, se você continuar com o sadhu, né? Mas o sadhu é muito poderoso, né? A sadhu sangha é muito poderosa. Aí vai destruindo as ofensas. Então, né? Continua. E aí, que nem, por exemplo, quando, na verdade, por exemplo, o vírus, né? De doenças, né? Tem vírus em toda parte, na verdade. No ar é cheio de vírus, de bactérias e tal. E esses vírus, eles entram no nosso corpo. Só que a gente não fica doente. Só que se o seu corpo estiver fraco, você vai ficar doente com esse vírus, entendeu? O vírus está aí. Então, esse Harikatha, né? O sadhu sangha é como esse vírus. Mas aí, se o seu coração, você tem muitas ofensas, não vai afetar na hora o seu corpo. E aí, tem mais alguém mais quer? Ah, sim. Tá, então tem vários tipos de ofensas, de anaras no nosso coração. E existe uma coisa chamada Bhakti Uttanartha, que porque no começo, quando você pratica nem que seja um pouquinho de Shuddha Bhakti, você ganha muito respeito, fama e honra, né? Eu sempre falo isso, eu falei agora em Cochabamba, né? Tipo assim, você bota uma tilaka, canta e mala, você acha que você é devoto? Nada, você é um idiota, você é um impostor, mas você acha que você é um devoto? Mas tudo bem, mas mesmo assim, você, só de estar com a tilaka, canta mala, você é chamado para tomar praçada também nos festivais. Se você vem pro Harikatha, você é chamado para tomar praçada, né? Às vezes a gente tem os festivais, vem gente materialista e tal, mas só por elas estarem ali, elas são muito bem tratadas, são muito honradas. E você que falar de pagar para comer, você ainda é bem tratadíssimo. Se você ainda fala que tem que ir embora, que não vai poder comer, tomar praçada, as pessoas te dão: não, peraí, a dona da casa ou quem tá fazendo o festival, não, toma essa marmita, leva pra sua família, come depois e tal, não sei o quê. Então é muito bem tratado, só porque você tá ali também. Então, se você for no hotel, as pessoas vão te tratar bem, vão te tratar de forma muito bem, boa, mas vão ter sempre a conta ali pra você pagar. Só vão te tratar bem porque tem a conta. Na consciência de Krishna, não, tá muito bem tratado sem pagar conta nenhuma. O que mais? Então, está falando sobre Bhakta Pada Duli, Bhakta Pada Jala, Bhakta Bhukta Bhashesh, né? Que as escrituras, elas falam coisas em dois tipos de concepção. Concepção geral e concepção mais sutil. Então a concepção geral, Sadhana Vichara, e concepção sutil, na verdade, é o conceito mais profundo e verdadeiro das escrituras, entendeu? Tem muita coisa nas escrituras que é chamado Puspitavakya, significa que são palavras, tipo, doces para atrair as pessoas. Porque as pessoas não querem muito saber de muita filosofia, então às vezes a escritura fala uma coisa meio geral, assim, meio florida demais, como se fosse uma flor que atrai as abelhas, é uma coisa que é para atrair as pessoas. Então a escritura tem muito isso. Então, a poeira dos pés de lótus do devoto puro realmente é muito poderoso, né? Mas não é só ficar pegando a poeira e tal, né? Tanto é que você... Quer dizer, é muito fácil só pegar a poeira, mas mesmo que o devoto não queira dar a poeira, você vai e derruba ele no chão e pega a poeira dele à força? Não, não é assim, né? Também o que é a poeira, né? A poeira também significa o quê? Que a poeira, ela sempre segue, né? O pássaro, a poeira, ela segue, né? Quem tá andando. Então, na verdade, é isso. Você tá sempre pulsado, sempre como uma poeira seguindo as instruções dele, né? Isso é realmente a sadhusanga, tá sempre em sadhusanga. Porque na verdade a gente não consegue ser neutro. Se você não tiver em sadhusanga, você vai estar em satsanga. A sua mente não consegue ficar neutra. Ou ela tá com bom ou ruim, ela não vai ficar neutra. Não dá para você ficar neutro, né? Então a gente tem sonhos ruins, pesadelos, que tem a ver com as coisas ruins e associações, né? Digamos assim, envolvimentos bons ou ruins que a gente teve com a nossa mente. Então, e aí depois, a Bhakta Padajal, né? Que é a água que lavou os pés de um devoto. Sudama Vipra, né? Krishna, ele mesmo, quando Sudama Vipra foi na casa dele, Krishna pegou a poeira dos pés dele, Krishna lavou o pé dele e tal. Realmente, né? Mostra como a gente deve... Até Mahaprabhu, teve uma vez que Mahaprabhu, ele viajou no leste da Bengala, e aí, o que acontece? Ele fez um passatempo que ele ficou com febre 3 dias, Mahaprabhu. E aí, os devotos preocupados que estavam viajando com ele, Mahaprabhu tá muito doente, com febre, o que a gente faz? Aí Mahaprabhu falou, ó, pega o pé de um brahmana, adora o pé de um brahmana e me traz a água que eu vou me curar. Mas ninguém queria dar água para Mahaprabhu. Mas aí depois teve um brahmana muito simples que aceitou, e aí lavaram os pés do brahmana, Mahaprabhu tomou essa água e se curou da doença, da febre. Então assim, Mahaprabhu mostra qual é a glória, né, da água e tal, dos pés de um brahmana e tudo mais. Então, mas o que também significa essa água que lava os pés do Vaishnava, do Bhakta, do devoto? A gente sempre ouvir continuamente os doces passatempos do Harikatha que ele fala. Na verdade, a gente vai beber esse Harikatha, mas não vai beber com a boca, vai beber com os ouvidos, né? Então até mesmo, tipo, Parikshit Maharaj, quando ele estava lá no Srimad Bhagavatam ouvindo o Shukadeva Goswami, o Shukadeva Goswami falou pra ele, pô, você não vai comer nada, não vai tomar nada, faz dias que você tá só ouvindo, sem comer, sem beber, com a boca seca, eu tô vendo que você tá com a garganta seca, toma alguma coisa. Aí Parikshit Maharaj falou, eu quis comer alguma coisa, eu tô bebendo e comer esse néctar do Harikatha, né, não preciso comer e tal. Então isso, aí depois Bhakta Bhuktava Shesh, que são os remanentes de um devoto, né, muito poderoso, né, quando a remanente do Senhor é Prasada, Mahaprasada, e o remanente do devoto, Mahaprasada. Então até mesmo uma vez, né, Narada chegou em Vaikunta, Lakshmi Devi tinha acabado de lavar o prato de Narayana, aí Narada perguntou, não tem um pouquinho de remanente de Narayana, do Senhor Narayana? Lakshmi Devi falou, já lavei tudo, mas tem um pedacinho de nada aqui, uma migalha. Aí ele pegou, Narada comeu, era muito pouco, mas ele começou a ficar em êxtase, dançando, cantando e tal. Aí Narada foi pra Kailash, e aí enfim, ele foi lá no lugar do Senhor Shiva, e aí Narada estava muito em êxtase e tal, e aí Shiva percebeu e falou, o que aconteceu que você está tão em êxtase assim? Ele, não, é porque eu tomei, né, remanente do Senhor Narayana. Aí Shiva falou, pô, você não trouxe nada pra mim e tal, não tem nada aí pra mim não. Aí Narada falou, poxa, não tem nada, a senhora só um pouquinho, eu comi tudo, mas é que, peraí, embaixo da minha unha tem uma migalhinha de nada, uma partícula muito pequena. Aí Shiva foi e comeu isso. Só que isso que Shiva comeu não era só Mahaprasada de Narayana, era Mahaprasada, porque era já o remanente de Narada Rishi, que ele tinha comido de Narayana, do Senhor Narayana. Aí Shiva começou a dançar muito em êxtase, e ficou todos os sintomas de êxtase, cantando, dançando, tal, muito, muito em êxtase mesmo. Aí a esposa dele, Parvati, perguntou assim, meu marido, por que aconteceu você tá assim e tal? Aí, né, ela ficou sabendo, assim, foi a Mahaprasada e tal. Aí, poxa, não tem nada pra mim. Ele, pô, mas era muito pouco, comi tudo, não tem nada. Aí ela ficou brava, falou, pô, sua esposa, sua metade do seu corpo, você não deixa nada pra mim, vou te amaldiçoar que ninguém vai tomar mais a sua praçada. Então a gente vê que aqui no mundo, né, ninguém toma Mahaprasada do Senhor Shiva. Mas isso é assim, concepção dos Smarta Brahmanas, né? Porque na verdade o Senhor Shiva é um Vaishnava. Tem gente que fuma maconha e diz que isso é remanente do Senhor Shiva. Mas na verdade o Senhor Shiva, ele, na verdade, assim, ele engana as pessoas. Na verdade ele não toma, ele não fuma maconha. na verdade, o senhor Shiva é um Vaishnava. Como ele poderia fazer isso? O senhor Shiva também, ele bebeu o veneno. Você quer tomar uma rapraçada de Shiva? Quer fumar maconha? Então por que você não bebe o veneno, que também é uma rapraçada dele? Isso você não quer. Na verdade, você quer desfrutar dos sentidos e está disfarçando dessa forma. E que mais? Então Bhakta Bhukta Vashisha, essa remanente do devoto, na verdade é o quê? É esse humor dele. Você aprender esse humor, o bhava dele, do devoto. Isso é muito elevado, né? Mas estando em sadhusanga, isso vai acabar vindo pra você. Aí foi o que ele falou depois, que Bhakti é como um vírus, é como uma doença. Você estando ali, vai fazer efeito, entendeu?
Me deu área do programa.
Tempo, né?
Ó, tá bom, pra ele não demorar muito aqui.
Hã?
Tá bom, meu Deus.
Bota aí.
Que horas é o programa, gente?
10 scheduled to 10.
10 horas foi marcado para começar os
Quem fez
bailes.
o telefone?
Start at 10.
Deixa eu falar uma coisa para vocês. Depois das 9h30 não vou servir mais praçada do café da manhã pra gente montar os
Eita,
bailes. Porque
Jaborão.
o pessoal fica pela praia, vai chegando, vai querendo, aí atrapalha muito. Então quem quiser praçada de manhã, chega até as 9h30.
Vamos lá.
Porque depois